What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. This is going to be the final video in regards to the version 13.0 update, which is introducing 3 major mechanics. A new game mode, a new character gimmick that is likely going to be introduced for the anniversary characters that are coming very shortly, and one of the biggest changes to the way that we play the game is a new upgrade to ships. Now, we knew that a new upgrade for ships was on the horizon. Last year, they gave us the ability in our shipyard, if you actually go and have a look, in the top right-hand corner, the amount of cola that we can hold on our accounts was upgraded. Normally, prior to that update, we could only hold up to 999 cola. With the update, they expanded it, so now we could hold 9,999. And since they did that, everyone had the idea that the ships were going to be upgraded in some capacity, but we really didn't know when or how it was going to be implemented. But now we know exactly what is going to happen. So if we go over to the notice board here, April 24th is when this update is going to go live. But of course, with the introduction of these new ship upgrades, it looks like we may have to wait until the new game mode is live to get full use out of these new ship upgrades. But let's go ahead and break it down for you. So let's break this one down. Version 13.0, we've already talked about the new game mode. We have briefly talked about the new Rush Sugo special. However, we have the new features to the shipyard. The ship upgrade, so there's going to be 2 additional levels given to ships. Now that in and of itself is pretty crazy, because if you already just think about the level of certain ships, like in this example, they've got the Merry-Go. You know what? Let's actually just have a look at that real quick at the Merry-Go. What does the Merry-Go currently do at level 10? Let's just bring that up. So level 10 boosts your captain HP by 300, which is whatever, 1.5 times attack, and makes it easier to land perfects. Now that's at level 10. Now, what are we going to get at level 11 and furthermore at level 12? Like, are we going to see, like, the Merry-Go be a 1.7 times ship and maybe changing the HP from a static 300? Maybe it becomes a multiplier. Maybe it's a 1.2 and then a 1.3 or something like that. Makes it easier to land perfects. Maybe with an additional level upgrade, they could add utility effects to the ships. Shout out to my girl Karissa, who was throwing these ideas when this update was first announced. Like, what if they do like a utility upgrade to a ship where it just says, you know, whenever you're inflicted with special reverse, just resist 1 turn of special reverse. Something like that in a ship would be legit insane and would make these ships just so much more valuable to have. And honestly, because the way that it's currently built, like a lot of the ships in the shipyard are just useless. There's no reason to use so many of these ships. However, with this upgrade, they could add unique effects to certain ships. Like, for example, we could just pull up, like, let's say, like the Boa Hancock ship, right? It's a free spirit, 1.5 attack, 1.35 HP. It has a healing special. There's no real reason to use this ship for a mono free spirit team when we have the Oro Jackson, which is better in every single way. But what if with additional upgrades, they could make this more unique, where they could have, instead of having a special that, like the Oro Jackson, removes paralysis and also gives recovery and tandem matching, what if this made strength dex quick matching and then had a special that healed and then provided some other unique effect? That would let people want to use this ship over the Oro Jackson in certain circumstances, right? So something like that would be pretty cool. Now, below that upgrade thing, it does mention that S Cola is required to upgrade a ship to level 11 and above, which you can get from the new game mode titled Pirate King Adventures. So this is the thing that I was talking about, is while this update does go live on April 24th, you do need this new cola in order to get access to these upgrades. So I wonder, like, maybe with this update, yeah, it introduces the new game mode, but maybe the new game mode doesn't go live for maybe a week after the update. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how it's going to work. But S Cola, which I assume stands for Super Cola, you have to get it from the new game mode, and maybe if there is like a bazaar or a shop in that new game mode, potentially you get the tickets to purchase more copies of this cola, and we don't know how much of this cola is required. It would be really cool if you could convert normal cola into super cola, like maybe you get like 100 cola, convert it to 1 super cola. That would be cool if they did that. Am I expecting it? No, but either way, you need the super cola in order to do it. Now, there is something called ship modification. There are so many levels to this. You can raise a ship's grade to level 12 to modify them. So you need to get them to level 12, or maybe level 11 you could do it, but at level 12 you get access to this modification system. So you can use cola, super cola, or berries to modify your ship. So you can see that you can add HP, attack, or recovery stat modifiers to your ship. This is so crazy, right? You can just give your crew additional static buffs. Like, I assume that the way that this works is that when you have this example on your ship where it gives plus 32 HP, plus 58 attack, and plus 45 recovery, I would guess that everyone on your crew receives these static upgrades, which is pretty crazy to think about. You can just have these effects activate to just get more base stats. It's basically like adding more cotton candy to your crew just for free, which is so cool. Like, and you got to think about it, the ship is getting to level 12, and if the ship gets to level 12 and also gets like new abilities added to the ship where the multiplier of the ship goes from like 1.5 to 1.6 or even 1.7, and then you have these static upgrades to the stats as well, like the amount of damage you're just amplifying is crazy. But then there's also the modification rank. So you see that there is for the HP, attack, and recovery, there's a star icon, and it says like it's a 2-star. But there's different levels to this. There's levels to this stuff, man. There's a total of 5 ranks of modification results. The higher the rank, the stronger the stat boost. So the way that I understand this is that you're basically rolling a random number on your stat modifier, ranging from 1-star all the way to a 5-star rank, which means if you roll a 5-star, it can land between 121 to 150, at least for an attack boost. I'm not too sure if it's going to be the exact same for all of them. It probably is. So 150 attack, HP, and recovery looks to be the max multiplier that you can get. And that's pretty interesting in and of itself. And it says that there are special abilities that can occur. So for your HP, attack, and recovery, if you get all of them to 4-star rank or higher, then you get an additional special ability added to your ship, which in this example, -1 cooldown to the ship. So that's pretty cool. You can get these modifiers, these additional abilities, additional statistics. There's just so much going into this ship upgrade system. It's wild. But it all hinges on the fact that you need this super cola in order to upgrade the ship in the first place. So how difficult is the super cola going to be to acquire? Because you need the super cola to unlock basically everything in this new system. So while you may have a lot of normal cola, you still need super cola to get your ship to level 12 in order to modify it in general, right? Meet the rank requirement to activate the ship's special effect. The special effect varies by ship. So it does mention -1 cooldown. The way that I hope it works is that there's different abilities that can go on each ship. So let's say, for example, the Merry. Let's say the Merry can have like 5 different variant effects, and then you'll get one of them randomly when you modify the ship. Where this example gives -1 cooldown, maybe one will give, you know, a utility effect. Maybe it's like, again, as we mentioned, -1 to special reverse. Maybe it would be additional attack multipliers, maybe matching slots, healing at the end of turn, something like that as a special ability added to the ship when you have all of these stats at 4-star rank or above. Something like that would be pretty interesting. Furthermore, keep modifying the same ship. If you continue to modify the same ship, the modification bonus gauge will fill. When the gauge is filled, the next modification will guarantee to have at least 1 4-star rank or better modification. So I guess you continue to re-roll your ship for your statistical upgrades, but then when the gauge is filled, you activate it, and then you get guaranteed 1 of them are a 4-star, and I guess 2 of them can just be anything still. But it does say that you can use cola, super cola, or berries, or cola and super cola plus berries in order to actually modify it in general. So you can just continuously reroll over and over and over and over again until you get the modifiers that you want to see. So this is going to be a really big way to burn through your cola very quickly. And hopefully it doesn't cost too much in order to do it. So it's interesting. And that's pretty much it. And there's the other updates, so you can upgrade multiple ships at once. It's very good for a lot of players out there, but for people that have already upgraded all their ships, this doesn't really make that much of a difference, to be honest. For more details on the ships that will have the level 11 plus added, see the separate notice. So there's going to be more information that gets revealed over the coming days and weeks most likely. For more details on ship modification, we will announce in a separate notice at a later date. So there's a lot going into this new update to ships. You know, you've got the addition of Super Cola, which gets your ships to level 11 and level 12, and then you've got the modification where you can use Cola and Super Cola plus berries to give stat modifiers at different star levels, and if you get 3 of your stat multipliers to 4-star or above, you can get access to a special effect which gets input onto your ship. And of course, as you modify the ship, you're going to be able to get guaranteed 4-star stats. And remember, if you're spending all this cola on one ship, and if there are 10 different ships on release that have this new gimmick, it's going to be a lot of investment. So it's going to take time to really figure out which of these ships are going to be the most worthwhile. So we're going to have to do a lot of research on that. But this is just really cool because the ships have basically been untouched, essentially, since the game's release, aside from the typical 10 upgrades you do on a ship to get it to level 10, and that's it. We haven't had any updates to that. So this finally gives credence to using Cola and obviously Super Cola to level up the ships even further. It's just interesting, and I like that they're giving us more abilities to do stuff like that, but it all hinges on the new game mode. What's it called again? The new game mode is the Pirate King Adventures. This is the most interesting part of the update. It's more content, so I'm really excited to see how this one's going to go. That is going to wrap it up for me, though, in regards to version 13.0. We've got 3 different videos going up in regards to it all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the new shipyard features down below in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.